Yes, people. It's your boy Cass, the host, doing the most as always, and I'm joined by a gal, Ash. People don't know Ash. It's his debut on Never a Foul. Spurs fan, which a gal was actually talking to him in the background, and I don't even know if you knew, but there you go. Yeah, and then obviously we've got Monts joining us as well. Don, well, he might show up, he might not. It's you know, Don's Don in it.
50-50.
Yeah, he likes to show up in a chat, and appear, and then ask me to send me the link. But other than that, yeah, man, we're going to be talking about Arsenal's chances of getting to the Champions League final. We got a gal as well answering for his crimes about wanting Bayern all year round. The Gyokeres links, I told you, lot, he's on Arsenal's list for Rizzo Romano said on court offside. But funny enough, there's also links of him going to Liverpool if Amorim is to leave. So that might be on Liverpool's agenda. And then obviously Liverpool in the Europa League, do they underestimate it? We can talk about it because I've seen a few of the names of the teams in there. Liverpool are favourites, but I don't think it's easy as what some fans have made it out to be, even myself, to be honest. You got Benfica, Atalanta, Roma, Marseille. They're all having really good seasons as well. So in one-off games, you never know. But what are you saying, man, Agal? I didn't spoke to you since the other night, really. I'm going to be honest.
Bro, I'm content. That's what it is. I'm content. We didn't lose. It's a situation where we played the first leg, and I think we were very naive to think we can just bury the tie in the first game. And we got shown that if you make small mistakes, you're gonna. It's not Brighton, it's not Burnley. Bayern Munich have the cutting edge to hurt us, so they did that, and we left with the draw. Underwhelming, disappointed, but hey, we go in, we try to, it's all to play for in the second leg, and that's what we have to do. But it's unfortunate because we had the whole crowd there. The whole Emirates was filled with Arsenal fans, and we still couldn't capitalize. It's very disappointing. And to say we're favorites going into this draw, now we're definitely not favorites with us having to get something away at the Allianz.
Yeah, man. Ash, obviously, people don't know Ash is actually a Spurs fan. Them personalities of Spurs fans and content creation these days are too far and too few. So, but yeah, man, Ash, what are you saying, man? Obviously, yeah, you rebooked his whole haircut just to be on Never a Foul, by the way. Just letting you know. That's how dedicated he is.
Oh, that's mad respect, innit? It's crazy. Still, can't lie. But yeah, thanks for having me on. And yes, I'm Ashmatic from Spurs Kings TV. I'm a Spurs fan. We haven't won a trophy in 60 years. I'm a Spurs fan. Yes, we have a nice stadium. Hi, I'm a Spurs fan. Doesn't want to leave title. It's the 60s. Hi, I'm a Spurs fan. You've got Daniel Levy. Hi, I'm a Spurs fan. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get out the way. So all the little, you haven't won a trophy, all that, blah, for merchant, blah, blah, blah. We've heard it all before. Let's get it out the way. Boom, boom, bam. Arsenal, the whole football world expected him to win. And I don't know. I know a lot of Arsenal fans, they were talking really smoky. Oh, look at Bayern's defense. They're terrible. They've got Eric Dyer. Like some Spurs fans, we were singing that as well. They've got Dyer.
Eric Dyer had a big hand in us. Eric Dyer had a big hand in us taking the 1-goal lead. Just saying.
100%. Oh, look, they struggled against a team in Europe. I mean, in midweek. Then like Kane's finally gone to a club that's going to win a trophy, and then he fucking pulls his pants down and wets his bed. So like, yeah, it's like he went like, but he came with no fans, and they did their thing. You know what I'm saying? It was the first time I thought, wow, Arsenal's defense can be got at. I was like, the whole time, Arsenal looked like they're a team where you can't really get at them. They look so secure. They don't concede many chances. And then I was watching them. I was like, you know what? Aston Villa, Emery. And then what? They got Bayern again. Bro, it's looking kind of techie. It's looking kind of techie. I'm not gonna lie, bro. But yeah, man, we're here, and I'm here for the enjoyment.
Well, Gal, like, be honest with yourself, yeah, because I'm struggling to see it, but I'm trying to make it a bit more clear inside. That obviously the way I think of it is with Arsenal, what is actually your realistic chances of you going through to the next round, to the semi-final? Because in you know what the funny thing is, yeah, we all laugh obviously about probably you lot. We all think that you're gonna go out, right? And But the ironic thing is if Man City gets to the semi-final, you'd be their hardest opponent.
Yeah, probably be the hardest matchup. But you want to know something? It all comes down to what kind of tactics we take to approach the game. I really do believe we went away from our philosophy and we're trying to be a little bit more attacking. That's why Bayern Munich were able to get to us and we're as threatening. Now, I don't think it's going to be the same situation at the Allianz. I think at the Allianz, we're going to see a much more defensive game. And we're going to see a much more surgical team. And I don't think we're going to have that same level of disrespect. I think you've seen us away at City, how we respected them. You've seen us versus Liverpool at home, how we went at them. I really do think in that Bayern Munich game, Mikel Arteta took a completely different tactic in the sense that he just had two center backs waiting for them, and we basically left ourselves open for the counter. We're not going to do that again. If I was to give us a chance on how to win this thing, I think at the end of last game we figured out a strategy on how to hold them back defensively, and they also have major injuries now. Apparently Gnabry might be out. Apparently Sane might be out. So that's two key guys who contributed to goals in our game. So I would give us about 50-50 chance. I don't think Bayern are that much ahead of us. I don't think it's going to be a situation where we're going to their stadium and we're scared. Although we have lost to Lens away this season and Porto away. So it is going to be tough. I'm not going into this anymore as if we're favorites. It's a 50-50 at best, or you can say Bayern are favorites.
Yeah, I see that as well. But on another note, it's obviously big up months. But yeah, on another note, it's like we're just talking about Arsenal's chances of actually reaching the semi-final. Like I look at it like this: they got no Davies, and I think this is actually a big thing, right? Because I don't look at Mazraoui as someone that can handle Saka, and I don't look at whoever what's his name, Guerrero, as someone that can handle Saka as well. So I don't think that's a big bonus, but someone that can is probably Kimmich that can go over on the left hand side potentially, and someone can take Martinelli or Trossard or even Jesus if he's there. Davies been suspended. If you lot notice in the first half, if you watch some of the extended highlights, a lot of their attacks were really coming down that left hand side, which Gnabry got a lot of freedom for. So I wonder if it's because Guerrero defensively is shocking. That's why he's a left mid, technically a left wing back. Has anyone seen him at left back? He's like Grimaldo, defensively shocking.
So, I haven't watched enough of him.
Yeah, that might be the only way you can really go and kill them. But even if that is the case, yeah, I'm just trying to think. It has at the Allianz is mad. If Man United could put 3 at the Allianz, I'm pretty sure Arsenal can.
You want to know what it is, though? It comes down to the pressure and the moment. I really do believe at times we play the occasion and not the game. So in that situation, it reminded me of Porto. It reminded me of Lens away. It reminds me of these situations where we're like, we know we're the better team at times, but we just play down to our opponent's level. And there was a couple silly mistakes. And outside of that, did you really see Bayern attacking us too much, guys? Besides the situation with Leroy Sané and the silly mistake from Gabriel Magalhaes in the first half, do you really feel like there was too many chances that Bayern had to get at us? Like people were talking about Arsenal being open. Do you really think there was that many chances?
I think so. I think the way they were running at you. That was the scary part. How open the midfield was when Serge Gnabry was driving, Leroy Sané or Musiala was driving. And before you know it, in the second half, when Sane came off, you saw Harry Kane drop a lot more deeper.
Yeah, and he started switching the play, started doing balls over the top. Like, cause everyone's just saying, "Oh, Harry Kane's got the penalty," and that was it. But I just saw the quality of him even more when he's dropping into that midfield role and finding switches of play and finding the flanks, looking for the runners. Do you know what I'm saying? So, and that was the first time I said, you know what, this Arsenal team can be got at, but you just have to stick it on them, and it's handle.
Let me spin it. Or you could just say we gifted them 2 goals, and outside of that, they really didn't have that much cutting edge to get to us. Because everyone's talking about our defense being shaky. Was it really? When you look at it, it was Gabriel Magalhaes' mistake in not trying to just get rid of it and try to play the good pass that got us under pressure in the first place. And then the second one, it was Leroy Sané picking up the ball from halfway yard line and burning 2 guys to get the penalty.
What wasn't that like Bayern's positioning? Because what I thought Kivior was out wide, he couldn't really play that ball inside to Rice, which kind of forced the mistake, and that's why I think you were forced to make that mistake. So I think tactically, Bayern may have got that right, and they said, "Oh, they haven't got Zinchenko. Kivier's not so good in possession. Let's do that." And then I think that's when you took him off, brought Zinchenko in, and then I thought you lot got more control when Zinchenko kind of acted like a DM at times, and that allowed Jorginho to push higher up to create like a diamond alongside Havertz. Havertz was able to pull a bit wider, and then you've got Jesus at the top, with Trossard coming out wide, and then you kind of created like a little false diamond.
But let me just bring you back. The reason why people say that is off the back of the Liverpool game and off the back of the City game. Look at how much we respected our opponent. Mons, you'd never seen Arsenal have less than 3 defenders sitting back waiting for Liverpool's counters. Against Bayern, you did not see more than 2. We had every single player except for we had 9 players in our own box in our final third making passes to try to get us a ball, try to get us a goal at times. At best, maybe 7. But in that game, we went too gung-ho, we went too forward, and at times we were susceptible. But overall, I don't see it being the same story at Bayern Munich. Here's my logic. My logic in how we beat them. We have to go to the Allianz Arena, have it be a very, very tight game. Defensively, we have to just shut up shop and basically like park the bus and try to get a counter attack 1-0 or Jamie go to the penalties and try to win there. But I don't think it's going to be as open. And this overflowing the midfield, you want to know something? I think Zinchenko, Gabriel Jesus, the guys who played well to end that game are going to be the guys who start this game, except for Martinelli also.
Does that like I'm looking at Aston Villa in between, you've got Emery in between. Do you think that may affect how you guys set up against Bayern Munich going away? Because obviously Aston Villa at home is an important game, it's a must-win game, and you're going to have to rotate the players accordingly. But some of those players are going to be playing 2 games in a row. They might be tired, they might be leggy. You think that may affect that result going into Bayern Munich, depending on what happens?
We played Luton midweek. We played Brighton, so it's nothing new. We've been playing every 2 days since the beginning of this run back from off the back of the international break. So no one's really worried about that. It's just Mikel Arteta is going to have to make small changes. For example, he took out Saka and Rice in the previous games. In this game coming up against Villa, maybe you can rest like a Ben White, since we have a lot of our fullbacks back. Maybe this is a game where you can start. Maybe this is a game where you can start. Maybe this is a game where you can start somebody else instead of Jorginho in the midfield. Maybe give Partey a start or something like that. But I don't see too many changes. Maybe 3 max. This is Aston Villa is not Luton Town. We do have other opponents maybe where we can rotate a lot more throughout the rest of the running. But this Aston Villa game is going to have to be business as usual and play almost as strong as much as a strong team as possible, but maybe just 1 or 2 tweaks. I still see Saka probably starting. I still see Kai Havertz, Rice, Odegaard, Saliba, Gabriel. Like the core guys starting. It's just the shell around them you can maybe change. Like the left wing, the left back, the right back, one of the midfielders that is not Rice or Odegaard, and then one of the attackers that's not Saka or Havertz. Maybe even Havertz gets a rest. But long story short, there's 7 guys who are going to continuously play. Gabriel Magalhaes, Saliba, Odegaard, Rice, and Saka. Those are the guys who are going to play, and we have to just beat Aston Villa 3 or 4-0 if we can early, and then just end the game.
I think it'll be a lot tighter, you know. Emery, he studies like the way he puts the work in. But yeah, it's going to be interesting between now, obviously Bayern. I don't know where you might drop points, but Wolves are coming up as well. It's techie. It's techie. Obviously, that draw didn't help,
Listen,
didn't it?
everyone's run is shaky, but the reality situation is the standards has been raised by the likes of Pep Guardiola, and maybe I should even put Klopp in this, that you have to win all your games for your remaining running in order for you to even have a chance to win this league. So Arsenal cannot feel sorry for themselves. We have to brush it off, and we have to go into that Aston Villa game as if nothing happened midweek, and then we deal with Bayern when it happens.
Hey, because Klopp's cheeky, you know, in the mind games. I don't know what you reckon, Monty. Yeah, Klopp was like, "Wait, you see Man United, yeah, we should have beat them. Mad. You know what I'm saying? We drew. For me,
And we're gonna
it's
roll
all
over.
Arsenal.
We're gonna roll over for
All on
Arsenal.
Arsenal.
You know what I mean?
It's all on Arsenal. And then Arsenal, straight away, the next game, you couldn't make this up.
I mean,
Bro, we didn't drop points in the Premier League. What are we talking about?
No, but I'm talking about Champions League. It was the next game, innit? Champions League, you dropped the points. You get it?
No, but that doesn't affect the league.
Listen, I think what there is obviously some links to the Premier League and that Champions League, because I feel like if you roll over Bayern or treat them the way you should have, well, the way you guys were, you know, pray for Bayern, all that malarkey. If Arsenal actually done a thing against Bayern, then they would have been able to go into Aston Villa game with the second leg, maybe with one slight less eye on the second leg at the Allianz, especially if the game was done and dusted in the first game. So yeah, the draw does have significance to the Villa game, because now you still have to play the Villa game full strength and then go play full strength 4 days later against Bayern.
Bro, let's not lie. You were always going to play full strength at the Allianz.
Yeah. I mean, it depends. It's like again, it depends how bad you would have beaten them. Again, that game, watching the game, obviously, it shows me Arsenal are superior to Bayern Munich. I think that's still a thing. That's one thing I'll give you a go. Like, you guys are superior to Bayern in the sense that maybe you was at home. We'll have to see what the game's like away. But from what I saw, Arsenal are still superior in quality to them. Times are obviously changing, and it is what it is. However, what I would say is that there are NPCs that played that game that like this Champions League quarterfinal and up is just above their level. The likes of Kai Havertz, Kiwior's good, playing well on form, but he ain't ready for no Champions League clash against the big boys. He ain't ready, bro. He's not ready.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Good form right now in the Premier League, but not ready to be playing in this type of Champions League game. I'm like, you start him at the Allianz and I'll keep it a buck. Like.
To be fair though, if you're an Arsenal fan, yeah, and you went out to Bayern, I wouldn't be pissed off. Yeah, this is your first season back in 6 years. Yeah, we said this at the start of the season, so we can't be hypocrites. Start of the season, we all said if Arteta can get to a quarterfinal and be in and around, obviously, challenging for the league, and some of us, including myself, said that he must win the league this year. He has to win a trophy, but the fact he's doing that on the biggest scale, right? Currently top of the league. And obviously on goal difference, respectively, and also what's it called on the quarters? Yeah, he's doing all right. He's actually done all right. Like, even if he went out to this Bayern team, it says a lot. But these players need experience, bro. And it goes to show, man. This is what happens when you have a young squad and you only have a couple experienced players. But that's for Arteta to learn, though. At the end of the day, play your experience in Champions League. It's valuable. You know, experience is something that you can buy it in football, but at the same time, in a squad, you have to embrace it. And you have to indulge in the squad.
You can't like waste. But from a logical standpoint, that sounds completely fair. I said if Arteta gets to a semi-final, I think that's absolutely
fine.
That's better than fine. It's commendable, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, Champions League semi-final, that's commendable.
When was the last time Arsenal got to the semi-final?
Fuck knows. That listen, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is my point. However.
I can tell you that to be
fair. When a girl's saying stuff like bring me Bayern
2009, I think
that's a massive achievement.
Look, my thing is that Arteta's doing a fine job. I've conceded to the fact that
2009.
The Arsenal are going to always go again. Like, next season they're going to be right up there for the title, and I feel like next year in the Champions League they're going to go. They'll probably go a little bit further each time, especially if they go out next week. But at the same time, when the consensus that Arsenal are one of the best teams in Europe and all these world-class shouts, unfortunately, the logic of saying, get into a quarterfinal is above their expectations is redundant. It's redundant. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
as well.
You know what I'm saying? We can't have on one side, we're the best team in Europe, best centre-back in Europe, bring me Bayern, we're better than this, we're better than that. Only Real Madrid and City are probably teams better than us in the Champions League. And then say, oh, well, you know what? If we get to the quarterfinal, I think we should be okay with that. Just pick one.
No, it'll be harsh. It'll be harsh for them to go. Guys, by the way, 250 of you in there, please smash the like button. If you ain't smashed the like button, you ain't done your job. And also, I don't know why the sun is absolutely killing me right now. But other than that,
you know what,
Mons
is 100% right. Bro, we're not sitting here and we're not trying to downplay anything. At the end of the day, we need to go and we have everything to play for at the Allianz. No one's sitting here defeated and counting their chickens and saying it's a good season or anything like that. I want to get past the round of 16. I want to get into the quarterfinals, semifinals. But the reality situation is if the season were to end today and we were to lose the league, we were to lose the quarterfinals, it would not be a good season. I would not be sitting here playing it as a accomplishment. We have to finish the job in one of them, or else you're going to sit here and you're going to say, you know what, this is another missed opportunity, and it's another year where we've come short. So nobody's sitting here saying, oh, celebrating the quarterfinals. If we go on to win the league, but we get knocked out in the quarterfinals, that's a different situation. We have to finish the job in one of them. And I think the best chance of us winning something is the league. I don't really think it's the Champions League.
The Champions League, your run is a bit mad in case you do get Real Madrid or
if we were in the other side, maybe people would be saying, oh, Arsenal are one of the favorites to win the league. But because we have to either go through Bayern, then Real Madrid, or Man City, on the other hand, let's be realistic, it's probably going to be Man City, who are the current Champions League holders. And then even then, if we were to get to the final, we would have to play our first Champions League final in a couple of decades. And luckily it will be at Wembley. But I really do believe if we were to somehow get past Man City, we win it. But to get past Man City is a tall task. So yeah,
I think all jokes aside, I think you lot will beat Bayern. Yeah? I think you lot will beat Bayern in the next leg. If I'm being honest.
Can I say something though? Is it me, or do you guys feel like Arsenal gets held to a different standard, trolling wise, just when it comes to speaking about the club? Because the way the way sometimes Arsenal is spoken about, you would think as if we were either all of our fans are going mental and we're always going crazy, or we're just shit off the back of every performance where we drop points. And this Aston Villa team, do they still not have Europe?
Yeah, they got it today, to be fair. They got to play today,
yeah. So everyone is talking about Aston Villa, like, especially you, Ashmatics.
You talk about Aston Villa.
Ashmatics.
No,
and Mons. They're both talking about Villa.
They're getting dusted, man.
They're both talking about Villa, but they're forgetting Villa is playing midweek at the somewhere, wherever the hell they're playing, and then they're coming to the Emirates to play after that. Really and truly, they're going to be dead on the floor. When they come to the Emirates, we actually have an advantage. We played on Tuesday, they're playing Thursday, then coming to us on Sunday. Really and truly, we should be beating them, trying to bury the game early. And then going into the second half or late in the game, making as many rotations as possible to have them ready for the game midweek versus Allianz.
No, I expect nothing less. But I'm just saying what me and Mons were saying is that does that affect now we're running into that Champions League game? Because obviously you have to play strong against Villa, and then you have to play strong against Bayern again. That's what we're trying to say. So,
but that's football.
I still think you'll get the job done.
I hear you.
Go on.
I hear you. That's football. I think that applies to everyone.
Yeah, let me run this. John James, I big up John James, by the way. I still remember the support of what you did last week as well. So big up as well. Appreciate that a lot, man. Me and Mons definitely appreciate that. Al Madist says being a big club also means being good right now. You could be a big club, but it doesn't mean you have to be good to be a big club, though. There's many big clubs, just not Tottenham.
I think you mean
yeah. Cheeky.
A lot of big clubs are garbage right now. Tottenham, are they a big club? I don't know. Joanne says you prove Agal's point as well. I think when you was talking to Ash from before, big up Joanne for that. But yeah, what's that? Anyways, but yeah, look, Arsenal are going to find it really difficult to go overcome Bayern, and if you do, we're going to be talking about mentality. The thing is, when you say about who's been trolling Agal, to answer your question, it's people like you. You wanted Bayern all year. You said bring on Bayern, you know. Okay. You from your combined 11s and Gal, you're an elite content creator, bro. You're good at what you do with it. But sometimes some things catch up, and then you talk about that 10-2, we getting revenge. You're not the only one, by the way. There's bare people.
Okay. Let me give you an analogy, right? You see those pigeons? Right? you give those pigeons a little bit of bread, they go crazy, right? That's what the Arsenal haters are doing right now. They're going a little bit crazy because they got a draw at the Emirates. Relax. It's not Bayern getting a draw at the Emirates doesn't mean we're out. Bayern getting a draw at the Emirates doesn't necessarily mean Arsenal fans were wrong about what they were saying about their team. The reality is we outplayed them. We gifted them 2 goals. And outside of that, I didn't think they hurt us enough for everyone to be sitting here and criticizing us to that level. Now, I get it. It's
Oh
the
no,
big
yeah,
stage.
no,
We didn't finish our
yeah,
job at home,
that's it.
which we have to in order to win the 2 legs. But there's still a lot of football to be played for. You guys did this, and you guys went too gung-ho after we lost to Porto in the first leg, and everyone was saying we're going to be out. Now, a lot of same people are saying, oh, you're going to go to Allianz, you're going to get bent over. If we go to Allianz and we win, at that point, people need to shut their mouths. And Kaz, it's not you, but you want to know something? We did outplay them. We did show our levels. It's just
I don't know
they
if
showed that they have individual quality.
Ben White saved you. Ben White saved you against Stan.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that.
And then what's his face? When Finn came on, Conan. Is it Conan?
Can you guys see me?
Coleman. Yeah.
So it's not all like raw. Bayern didn't do much. Yeah, sorry, go on, Cass. Go on.
Oh no. I was just like, oh wait, did my boys come through late?
Yeah, no, I can hear you now. Go on.
Oh no, I don't know. I was gonna say it when a gal comes back. When he does come back, anyways, because he's just refreshing his part. I was gonna say for people in the comments as well. Yeah, he just said Bayern didn't hurt Arsenal enough, but at the same time, Arsenal didn't hurt Bayern enough. If that makes sense. Did you hear what I said, ago? Yeah.
Can you see me?
Yeah. Yeah, you're fine on my screen.
You can't hear us though. That's what it is.
It's saying I'm backstage. What the hell? This thing's bugging. Yo, let me jump out, jump back in.
Yeah, anyways, I just don't think. Yeah, look, it don't matter either way, innit? They're not out of the game, but
I'm gonna have to jump out, jump back in. I can't hear you guys.
It's the same. Yeah, go on. It's the same way when we talk about Madrid pretty much being out. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. It's not even a part. It's just the truth. We talk about Madrid probably going out now because they just drew to Man City at the Bernabeu. So when it comes to Bayern Munich, right, drawing away 2-2 at Arsenal Emirates, why is it not the same narrative saying Arsenal probably out now? What's the difference? Real Madrid are a better team than Arsenal. So why do we not give them the same respect if they're better? Because I'm not being funny. Is that not something like to warrant? The Etihad and the Allianz are just as good as one another. So that's
not easy.
So why we not making excuses one way and not putting it the other way? That's all I'm saying.
I'm good now.
And it's not even like, you know, it's not even like I didn't go harsh on Arsenal. To be fair, I was trying to make a bit of a statement, but I just said again, yeah, I'll repeat it again, yeah. You said Bayern didn't hurt you enough, but you didn't hurt Bayern enough. And the thing is, I said we talked about you said, yeah, Madrid. I don't know point even doing this.
The point still stands is that if anything, Bayern had the more clear-cut chances. They should have been 3-1 up and out of sight if it wasn't for Ben White's heroics. If it wasn't for Ben White's heroics.
No, but Ben White should have scored also. We should have been 2-0 up.
No, but I'm saying you guys, Bayern posed a greater threat than you did.
I know, but I'm saying we should have been 2-0 up before we even made any mistakes, and that game could have been done.
But Ben White's
I understand what you're saying, but the point still stands that Bayern were a bigger threat than you, and they're not even anywhere near their best with no fans.
How are they? 1 second. How are they the bigger threat when you do a defensive tackle to stop them from doing anything threatening?
I'm sorry. Wait. So I'm sorry. What does anyone here think Arsenal created more clear-cut chances than Bayern Munich?
We did. What game did you watch?
I don't know.
I think you guys were the better team, but they had the better chances.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Why is that so crazy to say?
Wait. Other than Ben White, yeah, what was your clear-cut chance? Like, just remind me a little bit. Just the waiver, because I'm trying to actually think.
Bro, Saka cut back to what do you call it? Kai Havertz couldn't get to it. There was also a situation. There was also a situation where Martin Odegaard was shooting at the edge of the box. You got Ben White threw on goal, couldn't capitalize. Do I need to name more? There was also the corner. There was also the corner that was elbow that hit like things what do you call it? Shoulder instead of his head. That would have been a goal also. There was enough chances. There was enough chances in front of their goal.
Man's shoulder.
I thought in chances. I thought it was pretty even.
And also, are we gonna ignore the fact that even at the end of the game, we were the only ones pushing? Bayern were not pushing at all. They were sitting there trying to secure the point, and they did. You got to give them
Yeah,
credit.
yeah, no,
But let's not
let's not
rewrite the narrative that Bayern had more threatening chances than us. Come on, Mons.
I don't
I
know.
mean-
I look at XG. I'm not an XG fan, but expected chances are saying that.
They scored a penalty. How much is the XG of the penalty?
Yeah, true. A
Oh,
lot
no,
of
no,
it
no,
is.
but they create the way they got the penalty was that's also a big chance as well. The foul had to be made. Sane's scoring. He doesn't bring him down. He's scoring.
He does score that.
Mons.
What do you mean,
said,
Mon? He's scoring.
You said they created more chances than us. Name them.
I can name some for you. I can name one. I can name some for you.
When for me, both
Gnabry.
the goals. When Coman hits the post as well. By the way, I'd say as well when Sane went through on goal. That's for me. That's like almost a clear one-on-one. That
Harry Kane header that should have went over the bar. Should have been more on target. That's his bread and butter.
Well, if you're calling the one that hit Kai Havertz's shoulder from the corner, then yeah, you can call the Harry Kane one. Like, listen, you're looking at, if you're talking clear-cut chances, Saka's one wasn't even a clear-cut chance. That was a moment of brilliance from Saka. Half chance to be absolutely sensational finish. Clear-cut. What was clear-cut apart from Ben White? What was clear-cut?
It was it's 1v1, isn't it?
What was clear-cut apart from Ben White? Let me know.
Yeah, that's
They hit the post. I'll give that.
It's okay for them to have created more clear-cut chances. You were the better team.
Yeah, you had a better team in the end.
You were the better team.
But
they played in transition. So because they played in transition, it's often the team that plays in transition that has more clear-cut chances. When Man United and City played each other, Man United had more clear-cut chances. Rashford could have had a hat-trick in the first half. It's all right. City didn't score until the 88th minute. It's okay. It's okay, bro. Like,
we're not clowning Arsenal saying, oh, like, you know, Bayern Munich, they were kind of sitting back and then they hit you in the counter, therefore they're the better team. We're saying no, Arsenal did have control. They did have a lot of the ball in Bayern Munich's half. Do you know what I'm saying? But
all of a sudden, we're not
credit what Bayern Munich did. You know what I'm saying? We have to give them.
Like apparently we're not being balanced. We're not being.
You want to know
balanced.
something? You want to know something?
Hold on.
Bro,
hold on.
it's fair.
We're not being balanced, and we hate Arsenal because we are literally saying that.
It's fair to tell me how you view the game. It's not. I'm just here telling you how I view the game. We don't have to agree on everything. But one thing I can say is, off the back of the last 15-20 minutes of that game, I think I know how we're going to approach the game going into the next one. I think I know what we're going to have to do. You're going to have to go
pragmatic, man.
We're going to have to be pragmatic. We're going to have to lean on our strengths, which is our defense. And this is a game. This is a game for Tomiyasu. This is a game maybe if we need more control in the midfield that Zinchenko plays. But KBR is not starting, and it's going to be key to see who they have available. If I see a 50-year-old Thomas Muller on the pitch, I'm gonna be hyped.
Not if you're playing pragmatic ball, you're not. That's the last person you want to be playing with inside the box. I'm just saying, I want to discount Muller too much. But you know what is a gal? I'm gonna say something now, and some of you, I want all the Arsenal fans to let me know in the comments. Like the 306 of you in here, we're not even on 100 likes. Half an hour in, that's stinky.
Sane might be injured.
That is like counting Tottenham's trophy count in the last 30 years, bro. It's meaty. Like it's worse for me. Non-existent. I was gonna say this: if you're gonna play counter-attack, you shouldn't play Trossard then. You should be playing Martinelli again, innit? And then Jesus.
I think Martinelli wasn't 100% fit for that game. And I don't
100% fit. He was 100% shit. That's the difference. I'm just telling you though, Martinelli, if you're gonna play counter-attack, it's like Marcus Rashford, bro. It's the best time to play him, no? That's the one.
Yeah, you give him the ball, but you want to know something?
If it is Mazraoui and not Kimmich this time, I fancy my chances of Martinelli getting in that back line. I'm not gonna lie, more than anything on the counter-attack.
I think it's gonna be a situation where you play Jesus no matter what. And if Martinelli is going to be like, if Martinelli starts the game or ends the game, the strategy is going to be kick it long to him into the channel to try to get him one-on-one versus their right back. That's gonna be most likely what we're gonna do. But right now, I'm more focused on the midfield. Are we gonna go with Odegaard, Rice, and Havertz? Are we gonna go with Odegaard, Rice, Partey? Because Partey looked leggy. Partey looked like he's still not 100% ready to go for the next game, and Jorginho did not have his best game versus Bayern.
Where's this narrative around Partey? Because when he come on, I saw, he's definitely done and this, that, and the other. And I'm thinking, I don't know what.
No,
I'm
because
did he do?
Partey when he plays for Arsenal and he was fit and last season and he was one of our best players. And now when we look at him, we just look at him and maybe it's because we've had Rice playing the whole season, we've had Jorginho playing. He looks like he's misplacing passes. He doesn't look like he has the same pace at times. And more around, he just looks like sometimes he's running around tracking defenders, but not really contributing too much. He played one good pass versus Man City this season, and he played a really good pass in one of the games recently. I forget, but outside of that, on the ball, I haven't seen that same level of quality from him.
Yeah, quick one. Big up Aya, man. It says you can't have an empirical debate on Arsenal with Mons, who already has a negative emotional bias against Arsenal. Last month, they were telling us we have no Champions League heritage. Now we had to beat Bayern.
Again, wait, Kaz, what did I say yesterday 2 days ago when everyone was saying Arsenal should win? Was I not saying, wait, why is no one suddenly talking about heritage anymore? Wasn't I the one who brought up that point in Arsenal's favour?
Yeah, you did actually, to be fair.
Exactly. And I'm not the only one on the panel who said that that Bayern, for me, had more clear-cut chances in front of goal than what Arsenal did. I'm not the only one who said that. Again, apparently, you know what I'm saying, we hate Arsenal. And, you know, we can never be fair towards them. When we just said they were the better team, I just feel that Bayern Munich had the more clear-cut chances as they played on transition. And that's okay. I don't get why it's, you know what I'm saying, it's just coming across a bit sensitive and I need to double check their pronouns in it.
Let me ask you a question though. Shifting gears quickly. I don't want to steal the show, Kaz, but let me know. Did you guys speak about the penalty?
Still the show. Yeah, still no show. You do
Did you guys speak about the penalty? Because I think
we don't know 2 days ago. To be fair, I'm not going into that game.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm in the boat. I'm still in the boat. That Saka. I'll say it quickly. That was a penalty still for me. I don't care how they replayed it. My man tried to jump out the way, and people think that he dangled his leg into Neuer. Neuer made a mad lunge, like we're stretching before a game. Yeah, you know the lunges, or you do it in gym when you got the dumbbells down by your side. That Neuer moved forward. Go look at it again, yeah. Oh yeah,
he moved his leg. He
moved forward. He moved a little bit further forward, by the way, as Saka's jump. Look at who's background noise of someone.
What is there background noise?
Yeah, there's like a earphones. You got earphones.
Yeah, anyways, for me, I'm just going to keep it short because obviously I want to talk about Arsenal's chances. That's why we're discussing this, obviously, the chance of the semi-final. Yeah, he ain't got headphones, and that's why. But what's it called? For me, you see Neuer, he kind of moves a little bit further forward as Saka's jumped as well. And not only, I saw it again. I was like, yeah, that's for me, sort of penalty. I'll still be fuming, but you don't have to agree with me. That is, or you can have your own opinion about it. So it doesn't matter. It is what it is, isn't it?
We were saying backstage that basically what it was. Can
you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. What we were saying, remember, we were saying.
I think you're fine.
You're fine. You're good. You're good.
Fine, yeah.
No, we were saying, remember, we were backstage. We basically just said, look, at the end of the day, penalty, but then what's it called? My man picked up the ball. The whistle blew up and then he picked it up. So the referee, he's a young referee. He was like, boy, I don't know. Let me just cancel that one out as well. Do you know what I'm saying? So if Arsenal got the penalty, then Bayern would have got the penalty 3-3. Like, what we doing there, man? Like,
bro, the reality situation is the referee was a coward and he could have given a penalty to both sides. Instead, a penalty to each. You're right.
Yeah, sounds mad.
He could potentially punish you.
That's awesome.
Is my sound good or what?
It's like it's coming out. You're back now, but it's coming in, coming out.
You know what it is? When it's connected to the car, even though I'm charging my phone at the same time, when it's connected to the car, the sound comes from the audio from the car. That's why.
You're fine.
You're fine.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. But long story short, you guys need to remember that it's 2 legs, and we can play a completely different tactics at their ground and still beat them. I just think I think people are getting too carried away with Arsenal's European history and everything else. And these players, they need to stop getting nervous. Like Declan Rice had a poor game, in my opinion. I don't think anyone really speaks about that. Declan Rice's positioning was quite poor, and Jorginho was poor. And Gabriel Magalhaes made an unprecedented type mistake in a situation where he's usually quite calm. Raya, what was he doing so far outside of his box? I was shocked. And then if I go to Martinelli, yeah, Martinelli had a bad game. It's true, but Martinelli's been having a poor season based on his standards. So there's a lot of people where you can pick out. So there's a lot of room for improvement. So as much as we want to criticize and say, oh, there's negatives, there's a lot of positives because obviously you can't play as bad. You can't play as bad as that. I don't think if you
know it
change
is.
the tactics.
You know it is that game. I feel that game brought you Arsenal fans back down to reality a little bit. If anything, for your fan base
No.
alone, in it, you had every right to be confident and arrogant and all that kind of stuff. It happens when you win a lot. To be fair, in every single fan base, maybe not Tottenham because they don't win too much, but
No,
other
no,
than that-
Tottenham as well. Tottenham as well. Yeah.
oh yeah, true. You get gassed over like
The first 10 games we were gassed, bro. Trust me. The first 10 games.
True. But look, I think it humbled you a little bit, and you kind of realize the levels when it does come to these juggernaut teams.
Bro.
But yeah, then he says, then you chat. Should I told you so? This is to you, Mons, by the way. He says, then you chat, Mons. Should be I told you so, not that Arsenal bottled it.
When did I say Arsenal bottled it?
I don't think you said that on this stream, at least.
Yeah, not that stream.
I crashed it on the fans right after the game. The ones who were saying, "Yeah, bring me Bayern," #pray for Bayern, but no one said they bottled it.
Yo, to the Spurs fan in the chat who's saying Saka's a nasty.
That's his channel, you know. This is his channel, you know.
No. This is not my channel. It's a brother because he's got the same name. It's Spurs King. Spurs King TV.
Listen.
I said to Ben on stream.
Yo, to the rest
using
of
the word bottle is too strong. Using the word bottle is way too strong.
The maddest thing is you said that yesterday as well.
Literally yesterday. Man are just lying on my name.
I think you deserve once a bit of an apology.
I wanted Bayern, and I still believe we're gonna beat Bayern. And
no,
also
you can't believe
to
that.
the
You
people,
can't believe that. Of course you can.
to the people hating, you guys are part of the pigeon crew. I'm telling you, you're part of the pigeon crew. That's what it is. You're
I
Arsenal
think
hater.
we found a new show name. There you go, Pigeon Crew, man. But yeah. And moving on for the Arsenal game, I would say that's the last question. In a percentage, what would you give Arsenal's percentage of going through to the next round? And people would attack you.
50-50.
I agree. I think it's 50-50.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it 65% Bayern.
Oh, by the way, the cats or to be careful when you're 65% Bayern. You now hate Arsenal, and you know that you're completely emotionally distraught, and you don't know how to conduct yourself around the fan base, which is why it leads you to come up with irrelevant points that makes it seem like you don't know ball. Just saying.
The only reason why I say it's 50-50 as well is because it's the mentality thing. That's where I'm not sure. Obviously, under the lights, the music, Arteta being inexperienced as a manager. On paper, though, like Arsenal should get the job done. You've got the better players, form-wise.
Do they?
Oh, there we go.
No, they don't. No, they don't. They don't have the better players. I think they got the better manager, but I don't think they got the better players on paper. No chance. Harry Kane, Leroy Sané, Kimmich. What's it called? What is their midfielders got? They got Musiala. They got Kim.
I think what they have is the experience.
Alphonso Davies. I think it's even. I think it's even Stevens. But I think when it comes to killers, they got a lot more killers. They still got Coleman in their team. People say, "Oh, Gnabry's out." Coleman's a better player than Gnabry, man. People forget this. He's just been unfit, and they just use him a bit differently. Anyways, why I say 65?
Coleman's the best goal scorer out of the three.
Yeah. The thing is, you know what it is, yeah. And this is okay. This is not even a part of Arsenal. Arsenal the underdog in this game.
Sure.
So that's why I give it 65%. It's at the Allianz. The crowd didn't get to go to Arsenal. By the way, you've got feedback against Miguel. And all that kind of stuff. People can't come for me. I talk nice on most top teams anyways until I don't want to. Like, so tell me that I'm twerking for Arsenal, then all of a sudden I'm an Arsenal hater. Then at least I'm consistent. I can't talk all of this stuff the way I've talked on Arsenal and then change my mind and say, yeah, by the way, this game's 50-50. Difference in this world of football, people are too inconsistent in their opinions because they're scared of what the chat might say. I don't give a fuck. So on that notice, they're underdogs. I said the same thing about like Real Madrid going to Etihad. It's the same thing for Arsenal going to the flipping, what's it called? The Allianz. Are we same way word to Mons? Are we just forgetting about Bayern Munich and their heritage and Allianz? Are you nuts? Are we forgetting that Arsenal's away record is shit in when it comes to the Champions League? So why am I meant to believe that Arsenal are going to get the job done because they got a formidable defense? That formidable defense at home was shaky.
underdogs is strong, but But for me, I think underdogs is strongest because I see a clear difference in quality between Bayern and Arsenal in the first leg. I saw a clear difference in quality for me. But in terms of heritage, the difference in heritage is crazy. So that's why I've kind of said 50-50.
Like I said once, you don't want
maybe 55-45.
This goal's gonna have games in it, yeah, and you're gonna hear that
if Kane does the
yeah, that's actually I kind of like that celebration.
Yo, to say Harry Kane is the biggest cheat in the world, that guy is a piece of shit.
He should have been sent off. I agree.
He elbows people. He always leaves it on the center back every time they're about to kick the ball and hip checks them. The guy gets away with it every single time. He knows what he's doing. He's a dirty cheat. After Ramos, he's the dirtiest cheater we've seen in this game for the last decade.
Wow.
Really? Really?
Oh,
Dirtiest cheat. Have you not seen Neil Mope? But what's it called? I think you're going out next round. I don't change my opinion on that part. I got sold a dream in it, man. Word to Biggie. But sold like literally that Emirates game. Yeah, it kind of convinced me. Robert, big up Robert, by the way. Don't recommend Arsenal playing in transition. Tuchel is one of the best managers at stopping a team playing on the counter. Arsenal needed the W at home for the. I think he's talking about for the psychologicals. I think Arsenal are good. Yeah, like just to end on the Arsenal part. Arsenal, I think it's a bit like when you play against Man City. Parking the bus against Man City, you have to be what Arsenal did or Man United have done in the past. You have to be seriously sick at doing that job. But guess what? You're not walking around. You might not walk away with that 1 or 2-0. The best way to get at a team sometimes is just by getting at them. When Arsenal do that pressing thing they do, yeah, and everyone gets high, everyone's on the same wavelength. Bro, you suffocate them. They've done it to Liverpool. They suffocated them. It's just you just choke them out, bro. It's as simple as that. Madness on the sidewalk. Done. That's what I think with Bayern. That's what I think you could do, but I don't think you're going to because I don't believe in Bayern's midfield. I'm not being funny. Yeah, Lima and Goretzka. That should be every reason why you can clamp down that midfield. But obviously, people want to have different approaches.
Yo, Kaz, you know what it is? It's funny when I hear Chelsea fans, Man United fans, Tottenham fans telling me on how I should approach games against City, Bayern, and Liverpool. It's honestly, it's like Lukaku going up to Cristiano Ronaldo during the Euros and hugging him, telling him a story afterwards. Like, why are you chatting to me? Like, I know you. I know what we have to do. You telling me it's not going to change anything.
I just think with Tuchel, obviously he's been there, done it. He knows how to get to finals. He's quite experienced.
Yeah, he's done it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whereas Arteta hasn't. All right, next.
Yeah, no, you're true.
Yo, people keep doing this also. Iga, you've won nothing. 0 UCLs, blah. To the chat. Listen carefully. This team is not the same team you've been bantering for decades. Stop thinking that, because you haven't won anything, you can't strive and actually achieve things. You have to first break through and get that first trophy for people to respect you. But until we do that, you guys can clearly see. You watch football. You can see where we're going. You can see the progression this team's made. Stop acting like, it's the end of the world and Arsenal's still this shit team. You guys need to noise it. Respectfully. Come on. Why are we doing this?
They won. There, the chat just won. They got what they wanted. Well
Listen,
done.
W's in the chat. That's what I always say. W's in the chat.
Well done. You just got out tacticaled by the chat.
Listen, Drizzy Drake said it himself. W's in the chat. You guys take the win today. I don't care.
But yeah, man. Guys, keep smashing the like button. We're like 50 off 200. Keep smashing that, and also subscribe to everybody. Egal Talks Football, Big Six Bands, and Spurs Kings TV, all in the description as well. I'm gonna put it in the pin. As is a Tottenham fan. If you haven't noticed yet, maybe he needs something in the background a little bit, but I don't know, man. It's got even.
You know what they're saying? They're like, ladies and gentlemen, we got them. These guys are funny, man.
Yeah, literally. But yeah, we're gonna swift move it over to Liverpool. Months. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I saw the team names in the in what's it called, the Europa League. Yeah, you got Atlantis, mate. I don't think it's as smooth sailing as you man think.
Yeah.
Like there's AS Roma, Marseille, Benfica, or who else is there? Atalanta. There's Leverkusen. There's West Ham. Right. Like, I'm not being funny, but all these teams are doing well in their respective leagues as well as much as they are doing obviously in the Europa League. I don't think this is a smooth sailing for Liverpool as people think. And we know you are definitely the favourites. Don't get me wrong, but I think you're going to find it a hard test tonight. You know, not even tonight, but just moving forward. You're also going to have to play a lot of your strong team and probably rotate quite well, which Klopp has been doing, to be fair. But do you think this is like? Do you think Liverpool might be a bit of a test?
Listen, as much as
They're talking about. Oh yeah, by the way, just to add this in, both your teams are looking at Gyokeres. That's confirmed.
Yeah, I saw that on Twitter.
So when I made that video about Amorim wanting a proper like a number 9 potentially as well, like a Gyokeres, you know, oh look at Darwin Núñez. Shut the fuck up, man.
I'm pretty sure Kolasinac is over there as well. But yeah, no,
You're not losing tonight, but you know, that's one thing.
There's a few players obviously that these men have in it. I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh yeah, we're gonna roll them over, but like I feel like this is a game Liverpool should be winning at home to Atalanta. Listen, we can say that, yeah, like they've got some players. I think is it Cooper Miners that plays for them? Decent midfielder.
Waller.
You know what I'm saying? They got Cooper Miners. I think he's someone we'll definitely have to like watch out for, in my opinion. But I'm sorry, but like if Liverpool don't win this game, then it's like we'll still probably go over there and do something as well. I just feel like this is a game we should win. Atalanta aren't having the greatest season in the Europa, in the Premier League, in the Serie A. But what I would say is that again, that doesn't necessarily translate because now they can put all their eggs in this basket. We just need to not play as open, as expansive, because we can get stung. Like I feel like sometimes we need to like manage games better. I don't think we manage games well on the big stage. And even though some people wouldn't say this is on the big stage, but this is still a big game because you get to the semi-final. Yeah, for me, every game's a cup final. And we need to get the job done. I think we need to win at least by 2 games today.
Yeah. Who do you want to see? You know what? I don't know who. The thing is, I've seen obviously like Liverpool they're chasing Ash, yeah. They're chasing for the Premier League, and then Europa League. Do you think it would be kind of stupid for them to rotate? Because Thursday they played a strong team. No, was it Thursday or was it Wednesday? The midweek game they played a strong team. Played a strong team against Man United. Now come this Thursday, today, I feel like they're gonna have to also play a strong team at home. They have to get the job done tonight because I don't think Atalanta is as smooth sailing as what I've seen in the chat beforehand, thinking that they're gonna roll them over. Usually rolls them over.
I'm just looking at players that have hurt us before. Listen, Scamacca,
he's back by the way. You know, Jota's back by the way. He's in 14 training.
Yo, is this game at home?
It's at home today.
It's at home.
Who have you got? By the way, who have you got on the weekend?
Crystal Palace at home.
I like.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Let's be serious. Let's be serious. Liverpool packed them in today.
Yeah, Liverpool should get the job done, no problem. Yeah, I can't really see. The problem is like the last game you lot played, it was in Europe, and I couldn't understand for the life of me why Klopp didn't rotate, and then you went into a big game, and it affected your performance.
That's why. That's one of the reasons why we got stung at Old Trafford the first time round.
Yeah. So I'm hoping Klopp has learned his lesson, and he does rotate. But
I think he should probably keep this team if he wants Trent and Jota back in the team by the weekend. I think he can probably still go with the same team. I think for the confidence of Joel Konza, I think playing him again will do the world of good after the mistake he made at Old Trafford. He's been really good this season. I don't think one mistake should define what he's done all season.
Why is Kanate not playing?
Yeah, that's a bit of a weird one. Yeah, he's fit. He's fit, no?
But he's on the bench.
Yeah,
I think he might play.
He's not come back too long ago, remember? So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Listen, I think Kanate should be playing in the Premier League.
Give me a Liverpool injury update. What's going on with Alisson, Trent, Jota?
Alisson next week. Trent back, Jota back. Both of them back in full training now, in contention to start. Curtis Jones back. Obviously, Thiago doesn't exist anymore. And Bajcetic is back in full training, but they're taking longer with him because of how long he was injured for. So they're going to take that.
By the way, do people know about Atalanta's team, by the way? Or Do you want a bit of
Yeah,
insight?
Yeah.
No, I don't know what
People
they
are
look
talking
like.
about Cooper Miners and Skamaka. The real one we got to look out for is Lookman.
Lookman. So they
That's
play.
the one.
They're going to play a back five. Yeah. People need to. I'm looking at one player because we're linked with him. His name's Edison. He's in the middle of the field, right?
Yeah.
They got Edison, Darun, and then they got Coop Miners in front. They're going to play a five back. If I've seen anything about a Liverpool team that they struggle against, and this is why I say don't overlook it too much, is that when a team sits back and they go into their back five and they keep crowding players, something that Atalanta's good at doing, by the way. They do play expansive football when they got Skamaka, who feeds Lookman, right? Coop Miners with his energy as well, that's where Liverpool struggle. And that's why I wouldn't be surprised if the first half don't go Liverpool's way and the second half Liverpool blitz them, because that's when mistakes start to form in it. Because you keep moving.
I think with Liverpool also, like lately, I've seen it.
Yeah, they'll sit back today, though. Trust me, they will sit back today. You have to respect. This is what we talk about. Arteta doesn't sit back, but he knows at Bayern he probably has to. The better teams you have to, unfortunately, if you want any sort of success. Bring it back to your home. No, I know, but I'm just saying, like,
for me, I'm looking at Liverpool and I'm like, clinically, like, I'm not seeing them like finish teams off, if that makes sense. I'm saying that they're creating a lot of
FC. Sorry,
yeah,
4-play FC.
It's mad. It's like I'm like, Salah, what's going on, bro? Like, and I'm seeing a lot of, I don't know where you sit on this once, but a lot of fans are like saying Salah, if he goes, man. I'm happy to move on. Like, are you in that same boat as well? Like you're saying?
No, I think that's nothing short of delusional. Like in terms of our front line, we are screaming to have, like, in terms of goal scorers in our front line, Gakpo can't hit a barn door. Darwin Núñez either has a world-class finish in him or a Conference League finish in him. Luis Diaz tries to hit the ball as hard as he can and hopes for the best. Sometimes it flies to top corner. Sometimes it's a 1-2 with the moon. We don't know what we're going to get. It's about a 70-30 chance it hits the moon. Yeah? Then that leaves you with Jota, who's the best finisher on our team with both feet. But what's the point in being the best finisher if you can't complete 15 to 20 Premier League appearances a season? Useless. Then
you want to know something, Mons?
Oh, let me learn for a second. Then you have Salah, who again, of course, is the serial goal scorer. But Salah is still a volume finisher, which means he needs still a decent volume of chances to get the goals that he gets. He's always going to get that because of how good he is. But Salah is not going to carry Liverpool every single game. There's a reason there's a centre forward and there's a reason there is a left winger that plays. It's not. We don't play 4-5 and then just one. It's like we don't play 4. Yeah, we don't play 4-5 and then just one guy on the right wing, and no one else plays in the front line. We have 2 other players that play in the front line. So I think Liverpool, it's just a thing that we need to brush up and be more clinical. And we don't have a lot of technically, like, when people are like, in front of goal, you have that calmness and that technical nous to just kind of make the right decision. I feel like our attackers are very emotional in the way that they take their chances. Maybe not so up until the final third. I think we're quite good up until that point. But when Darwin Núñez gets in front of goal, man is saying, he needs a certain type of chance so he doesn't have to think to finish. What do you mean you don't have to? What do you mean we're catering to a striker so we don't have to make him think? What the fuck does that mean? It costs 80 million. Why are we trying to make it so you don't have to think in front of goal? You know what I'm saying? What sort of bird brain bullshit is that? It's not good enough.
He lacks composure. I'm just going to say this to any Liverpool fan who thinks Mo Salah is unreplaceable. For what he's done, no one's going to replace that right away. But as a player, you can always replace a player in the aggregate by getting enough quality in return. With the money you guys potentially could get for Mo Salah being close to like 200 million plus, maybe even 300 million close, in anywhere between there, because that's what Saudi's talking about. You need to take that. With the age that he's at, with the state that your club's going to be at with Klopp leaving, you can go and get a Vinicius Jr. potentially from Real Madrid. You can go and get a Rodrigo potentially. There might be Jamal Musiala might be on the table. There's a lot of young up-and-coming players that could come into this Liverpool side and be like the main man going forward that you could replace Mo Salah with. You have a core of good players. With Klopp leaving, this could be a chance to retool, and Mo Salah being sold could be your Coutinho chip.
It can be, but I think remember last season people were saying, "Oh, 200 million, raw. How are you not taking 200 million?" We keep Salah and look what he's doing. He is still 70% of what Liverpool are doing going forward. Because I believe without Mo Salah, we are nowhere near this title. Nowhere near. I also think that my hot take is that
Even with Mo Salah, you're nowhere near this title next year.
No, I'm talking about this season. This season.
Sure.
This season we're nowhere near doing what we're doing without Mo Salah. And that's not to say we can't function without Mo Salah. I still think when he was at AFCON and when he was injured, I think we've done very well to hang in games and win certain games. But we don't have any killers in front of goal if Jota's not fit, if Salah's not there. So it really is very dependent on who we get. And there's going to be a lot of pressure for who comes in for Salah if he leaves, in my opinion. I don't care how much they cost. There's the right wing, like the winger market isn't great, in my opinion, at the moment. I don't think it's as good as what it used to be.
Bro, if you go and get Rodrigo and Jared Bowen for the Mo Salah money, you get like 200 million, you get Rodrigo, Jared Bowen, and you improve the midfield. Bro, that's well worth it.
Yeah, listen, I'd love a Jared Bowen, but he's on a death row contract at the moment, so it's one of them ones where he signed a contract this year. So, but like, I feel with the Salah situation, we're talking about Salah declining, but for me, he's not declining. He's performing at this. What he's doing, his game is slightly watering because he's not as explosive as he was.
But you need to capitalize on this Saudi money because they are offering you guys club-changing money for Mo Salah, which you're not going to get nowhere else.
I hear it. No, I understand with the money. I'm just saying that I don't trust the rest of the attackers to chip in at this moment in front of goal to play at a level to challenge without Mo Salah at this moment in time. I understand.
But without Mo Salah, guess what? There's something called the Patrick Ewing effect. Obviously, your best player is your best player, but when that player leaves, everyone else steps up. And now they take a bigger role. They start playing better. And sometimes your team, I'm not saying they're better off without their main man, but without the main man, they're much more balanced and they have much more different. They have a much more unified attack.
They can't score goals. They can't score goals. Like England can't score goals regularly.
But once again, months. Arguably, you were better off the couple months where Mo Salah was at AFCON than when he came back.
Wait, say that again.
You were better off. You were better off slightly. You were better off attacking.
Do you want me to list the teams we played in that time? Do you want me to list the teams we played?
No. I hear the list, but guess what? We still play the same amount of we still play the same 19 teams in the league. So in that time when Mo Salah was gone, other guys stepped up. Jota stepped up. Darwin Núñez stepped up. You had other players step up throughout the thing. I'm not saying you'd be anywhere near the league.
I said I expect Jota to step up because he's probably the best finisher at Liverpool. But Jota's
I'm just saying it's not doom and gloom.
You can't trust his fitness, bro. You can't trust Jota's fitness. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. You're right that he's right there. You can't trust Jota's fitness. I think next season though, I don't know, man. It depends if Amram, he's probably gonna get a striker if he wants a striker, but Salah should be the striker. I reckon. I think Mo Salah, Harvey Elliott, Diaz would cook. That front three would cook.
Elliott, right?
Yeah, because them three link up really well. Elliott finds Diaz all the time, and that switch all the time, and then Diaz does a run, and then you need someone in the middle. That's where you typically find Jota. But I think Salah.
You got to remember as well, Salah should even have way more assists than he does because of the bozo misses I've been seeing. All the chances that we've been creating, the ones that were the big chances missed in the big games, because that's what Liverpool are at the moment, big game bottle jobs. The reason we're getting called that is because man can't finish the chances that Salah's created.
What do you lot reckon of Mbeumo from Brentford? Would you take him on the right?
Serious bet, yes.
People do not. When I said who you have, let's say the right winger situation at Man United, who you having like Elise, Neto, and all these man. I said, bro, I'm taking Mbeumo. We need killers. He's like, no, he's more of a second striker. He's playing next to Tony. I'm like, bro, did you not see last year? He was playing on the right hand side. Like he was playing
games, 8 goals, 3 assists.
He's been injured for 4 months
off the season. That's what I'm saying. He's hardly played, but he's still got numbers. Brother, he played against us. He gave us a headache.
He's so good. He's so good, man.
There's 3 players for me that I'd really like to see, or I wouldn't mind. Like I wouldn't mind. Oh my god, that's dead. One of them is definitely Mbeumo. You took that one from me there. That's definitely a good shout. Another one is Kudus. If he was even available, I don't know how much that will cost. Kudus is one who, for me, resembles that of Sadio Mane. He can play across the line as well. He can play all three positions. And another one, people aren't going to like this, is Jared Bowen. Similar sort of scatty play style in the way that he moves, but he's got an eye for goal. No one can
Jared Bowen is the closest resemblance to Mo Salah positionally this season in the league.
Yeah. All three would actually suit Amorim a little bit as well. When you think of tucked inside, Bowen's played it through the middle this year. Kudus has played through the middle this year, and he's teching them situations. He's probably the best one, to be fair. And Buemo plays a little bit more in. Obviously, they're all like, for me, are like inside.
I think Bowen would be more of a Klopp right winger though. I'm not sure about Amorim. Like if his Klopp was staying.
It's just if people look at the way he's Sporting play with their striker, he's got to be the ultimate Gyokeres. He's got to be able to do channels and everything. But the best thing about them is that it's feeding the inside forwards for them. The tech man.
I think your club needs to be careful with their next appointment. They can't basically make the whole team in that manager's eyes, because you never know. After a manager like Klopp is there for so long, you need to still have similar philosophies, because you can't now build a whole different style of team and then go away for your philosophy.
When you think about it, he's not far off Klopp. Like, he plays like high pressing, like that's what Klopp's kind of used to, attacking football at that. He's not known for like his defensive work. So I don't think the philosophy is too far off. You can change minor things, but it depends what formation he goes with. But he's doing back three. What's the point of getting Amorim for him to play back four? There's no point. But it could work though. He might figure out something. So who knows?
If Real Madrid come in, do you sell Trent Alexander-Arnold, or do you say no? Do you say no? Because he looks like a midfielder. Is he a midfielder, and is he a full, or is he still a fullback?
You need
he's more of a fullback. For me, I think a lot of the people that say Trent should just be playing midfield, I think it can. For me, it's a jaded opinion, because Trent is not positionally aware. He's not naturally positionally aware anyways, defensively. Like, he's okay. He's been good defensively this season, but genuinely, like, he only has to focus on what is here. And he doesn't really, and when he tucks in, he generally struggles to check the shoulder, or, again, just general defensive awareness. When you're in midfield, it's no longer, this is what you need to focus on most of the game. It's now 360. And that's not me saying on the ball. I think on the ball, Trent can play midfield. Technique, dribbling, he can do all of that. He's a brilliant player. But defensively aware in transition, I think could kill him off even worse. And even worse than that, could get him injured. For me,
Trent's not going to be here for long. He's done everything at Liverpool. I genuinely believe with Salah potentially leaving, Trent is going to be the next one who you guys are going to sell for major cake. And Real Madrid's calling. Real Madrid's calling. He's the vice captain. Guess what's going to happen? It's going to be a situation. I'm just guessing here, but I think Real Madrid are looking for that right back. They're looking for that.
He screens Real Madrid to me. That sort of right back. Screens.
He has shown he's Jude Bellingham's boy. He has shown that he's been tweeting Galactico under all his posts. Real Madrid are interested. If there's a situation they come to you with 80 to 100 mil, are you looking at it and saying, you know what?
Is that why Saf only signed a 3-year contract, by the way? Is he going somewhere?
No, it's a different situation here. It's a different situation here.
They don't want to talk about that one, though.
No.
I want to talk about that one.
Also leave it 4 years. Only 4 years.
Once again, your deflection tactics won't work, because we're speaking specifically about an actual player who's been linked to an actual club and has also won everything you could possibly win at Liverpool, bar the Europa League. So if he does deliver Europa League this season also, and maybe even goes and wins you another league title, what more is there for him to do, especially if you might be going through a rebuild next season?
Again, I don't believe that happens. Again, I feel like you want Trent to go rather than you think Trent will go.
No, I genuinely believe if there was someone to leave after Salah, Van Dijk and Trent are the two number one candidates.
Andrew Wright says Ruben plays 5-4-1. Sporting fan told me in big games. Yeah, but once he has a quality of Liverpool at disposal, I don't think he's going to play 5-4-1. Personally, Tony being offered to United for 40 million. I saw that as well. Do I believe it? No. Bring him to
He's
Liverpool.
gonna go to Spurs.
Nah, he
No,
won't.
if he goes to Spurs,
Because Ange likes characters. He doesn't like.
he is a
people-
character.
He doesn't like all this.
No, but it's not what Ange likes. Levy likes cheap. Levy's cheap.
I
He
hear
sees
that.
40 million. He sees
I
40
hear
million for a striker that scored 20 goals. He's gonna be like, get me that guy.
Listen,
right
listen.
now.
I want to be mad. I'm not gonna lie to you. The fan base might say something different. They want Werner. They want Goosebumps. But me,
I said, what?
Holy-
Goosebumps? You can't put Werner and Goosebumps in the same sentence.
but that's what he said. That's what they're saying, isn't it? He said, "Oh, Goosebumps." Like I don't know. That's the same Werner, isn't it? I don't know. Me, I'm all for Tony. I would take
Yeah,
Tony.
Kudus is definitely a great shout. Or bring Liao. Liao's overrated, man. I'm telling you now, the Marcus Rashford or Serie A, bruv. Diaz is leaving. Question mark. Bring them both. Bring them both. I don't care what anyone tells me. Liao is
Wait, Ruben Diaz is leaving Man City.
No, I don't think so. Luis Diaz, he said.
Luis Diaz.
Liao is just not that guy people think he is. Honestly, I swear down, man. Yeah, I can't wait. It's just, anyways, whatever. And people can think what they want to think. Tony, though, if he's been offered to Man United, we have to take that. If that is the case, if no one wants Tony all of a sudden, because there's Gyokeres links as well, isn't it? We were talking about it earlier. Arsenal looking at Gyokeres, that's the man for Arteta. Target man, link up, finisher. He's not weak either, by the way. Like, if you remember, he was balling out for Coventry. He's been down in the Championship, down in the dumps. He's been there.
He's done it. So.
You know my take. My take is Arsenal, we deal in silence. You don't see us. You don't see our links that open. And if you do, it comes from reliable sources. We don't know who Arsenal are actually looking to target in the summer. All these links are agent links.
I mean, Fabrizio Romano kind of said it on the court side.
Fabrizio Romano is an aggregator nowadays, bro. He doesn't give you a brand new source.
Yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't push it aside.
No, Fabrizio Romano, what he's doing is he's looking at what the agents are speaking about and what the sporting people are speaking about in their circle.
The agents did the agents tell you that?
No, bro. When you get somebody coming out and saying, "Oh, Sporting are looking to sell him for 100 million and Arsenal are interested," where does that come from?
80 million pounds is his release clause.
And then when you have people saying, "Oh, the player is down for a move to the Premier League," where does that come from? These are all signs that these are talking points from the agent and from the club. I have not yet seen any concrete evidence that Arsenal Football Club are like the number one target for this player. I think he wants us.
I think it's kind of easy. I don't think so. I think it's quite easy. The fact is, there's a lack of strikers these days. Arteta likes a good target man. I think that's easy to identify because we talk about what managers likes and stuff. So let's go for that. That's a target man. He wants link up play and he wants goals. At the end of the day, you link with Tony. If someone's similar to Tony, it's Gyokeres.
My point is, Arsenal doesn't voice their news out there that easily accessible for everyone to know who we want and what we'd be willing to do.
But it's kind of easy to just narrow down because there's barely any strikers these days.
I know that, Kaz. But even when we looked at it in the midfield, and when we were targeting Rice, we knew we were targeting Rice because when we missed out on Caicedo, the news came out immediately that we wanted Rice. That was a rare occasion. Most of the time, it's smoke screens. We were looking at Scamacca the whole time before and other guys before we ended up getting Jesus. We were looking at friggin' some random other right backs, and then we end up getting Tomiyasu out of nowhere. So I really do think this is a smokescreen. We really don't even know who Arsenal's true number one target is for that striker position yet. And for all we know, there could be other opportunities that come arise in the summer transfer window that completely take us away from Gyokeres.
Yeah, I know who you want. Just say his name.
Yeah, Alexander Isak.
I knew it. This is what you call an agenda.
Wallahi, bro, it's not an agenda.
No, it is. When you favor a player, you'll do anything to discredit or downplay something.
No. I actually wanted Ivan Toney.
I know this. I done this for Mason Mount. G. I was downplaying it, and guess what? We didn't know nothing as well about it, and all of a sudden, Man United wants him, and he's like, "Why? You try to downplay as much as you want in your mind." Yeah.
Nah, bro. I'm just telling you. I don't think Arsenal do things in the public like that anymore, and it's been proven over the last years.
If you get Isaac, that's gonna piss me off. That would piss me off because you know what? See, Arsenal's new revamped medical side, bro. Don't get me wrong. I know they got a couple injuries there, but they've done well with their injuries, like in terms of managing them. But like,
Yo, we
bar
sent the doctor to Man United. He look at what he done to you guys.
yeah, long day. Anyways, we're gonna be dipping. We're gonna be back to maybe tonight. To be fair, midnight. We've got like a potential new stream for midnight vibes. As well, or midnight late vibes, whatever you want to call it. Might do it, might not. Or we might start next week instead. But we'll definitely be back for tomorrow. If not, probably some pre-uploads as well and whatnot. So look out for all of that. Make sure you smash the likes. 11 away from 200. Big up yourselves. Yeah, man, and big up Ash. People new Tottenham fan. I think. Let me know in the comments how you feel about Ash, Tottenham fan. You know, a bit more vibrant than the typical Spurs lot, but that we don't use. But fuck them and big up Ash. Yeah, in a bit.
Love for having me.